Okay, so this video idea actually came from when I was wasting a lot of time. So the other day I ended up scrolling on Instagram like we all do, and I came across some people that I used to go to school with. And there was this one guy specifically who I remembered, and I saw he had some posts with his girlfriend. And let's just say she was not the best looking girl I've seen in my life, and I'm sure if you saw her too, you would agree with me. I'm not going to mention this guy's name out of respect, and I'm not going to show any pictures because that's very disrespectful. But this video idea came from this, and it's a lot more in depth than just talking about a man and a woman and whether they are attractive enough for each other. And I know a lot of you will immediately have the reaction of, well, this guy might be really happy. It's not all about looks, personality is very important, which is all very true. But I think I can speak for the vast majority of men that if a better option came on the table without any risk involved, say the woman would never find out or everything would go okay, you'd be with this woman, then they would absolutely snap your hand off. They'd go off into the sunset with this woman. So I wanted to make the video because I feel like this cycle is being repeated and repeated by a lot of young men falling for that trap that their life will not get any better as they get older. And I know it's kind of hard for myself to say this, being only 22 myself, but I can just see through my years from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 now, that every single year my life gets a little bit better. And you just have to look around, look at people like Mike Thurston in the industry, someone like Ronaldo, even him, he's a lot older, he's like 36, 38. If you look at this guy, he's in the absolute top physique of his whole life, his whole career. Andrew Tate, 36 I think now. All these guys that are a lot older are looking the best they've ever had. They're having the best careers of their life. They're having the best look with women in their life. But you'll hear so many guys that just don't work on themselves and say that their teens and their 20s are the best years of their life, and it's just not true at all. And that's why a lot of men are falling for this trap that they won't get any better in life, when it not just when it comes to women, which I want to make very clear, when it comes to finances, when it comes to career, personality, charisma, life setup, all of these important stuff that are going to naturally get better as you put more work in, you put more years in, you put more graft in every single year. It's going to come, even every day it becomes that slight bit easier. Things are compounding every single day without you even realizing it. And by no means I'm saying that I'm a full package or anything at my young age. I have a long way to go. But like I say, I feel like from the time when I was 18, 19 years old, I really struggled to just do anything in life. I had no money. I don't have a lot of money now still. But that's not the point. Things are getting a lot easier every single year. When it comes to my body, my physique is a lot better than it was when I was 18, 19. I had the physique of a girl. I had no confidence at all. I would never be able to speak. I'd never even be able to speak on camera like I'm doing to you now. And you just get a lot more respect from women. You get a lot more attention from women. And the same goes for men. Even in like a bit of a gay way, you will get more attention from men. When you become a lot more masculine, you get a more broader physique, you're going to attract attention. And that's how it kind of is. And a lot of people just do not understand this because it's happening time and time again. And I'm almost certain with myself that by the time I reach about the age of 30, my life will be very, very good. And I will kind of have whatever I want in my life because of just putting in the work every single day and not cashing in on something in my life, whether that be a woman, whether that be a career, whether that be a house, a car, all of these types of things that a lot of people cash out on because it's a good option, but it's not exactly what they wanted. You see this time and time again. And I want you to understand that there is a lot more to life if you just roll the dice for a little bit longer. And you probably can think of someone, if it's not yourself, that has kind of settled in life and they've not even reached anywhere near their full potential. And I just wish I would see a lot more people around my age, specifically young men, of course, where they kind of rise above and realise that, yes, things are going to get better. I really just don't understand where this mindset comes of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 are the best years of your life, because I always hoped that was never going to be the case after what I experienced in my late teens, early 20s. It's not been a good time at all. It's only over the last 6 months or so where I've kind of started to see a bit of an improvement in my life and where I want to be, and kind of finding where I want to go in my life, some direction for the first time in my life. I just don't understand this mindset. Obviously, some people have it easier than others, so naturally they're gonna have a better life earlier on. But I find it quite strange to hear that there's a lot of people that don't believe their life's over by 30 years old, and it's just not true at all. And with anything in life, it's going to take time. And for a young man, at the end of the day, when you're up to the age of 18, there's not really much you can do before then. So naturally, it's going to take a few years of whatever you do, your career, working on yourself, working on your body, working on your money, all these types of things are going to take time. And if you're only starting 18, 19, 20, well, you're not going to be there when you're 21, 22. It's going to take a few more years. And I think it basically does come down to a lot of patience and discipline, which a lot of people do lack in our generation. But I thought it was very important to make this video, because I don't really know if it's like a lack of confidence in young men these days that feel like they either can't do any better or they just don't want to put the work in. But it must be a bit of a combination of the both. If you can if you're one of those men who feel like you are settling in life and have the humility to admit that, please just let me know in the comments below if I could kind of pinpoint what this problem is. Because myself, I look at my life and I'm like, I'm very happy with my life so far. It's going in the right direction and I'm very happy with it. But I'm not exactly where I want to be. I want to keep going. I don't have the woman that I want to be with. I don't have the money I want to be with. I've not achieved what I wanted to achieve in my life yet so far. So I'm going to keep going. I'm never going to have the mindset of just settling for something in life that is not exactly what I want. And I feel like a lot of young men need to kind of hear this message over and over again, because it just keeps happening. And I understand how a lot of the videos that I've made have been about the dating market and how skewed it is, and it very much is the case. But just because that's the case when you're young doesn't mean you should just settle and be like, well, I can only get this when I'm 19, 20. But by the time you're 29, 30 plus, you're going to experience so much more in your life, and the opportunities are going to be completely endless. And I know it's kind of hard for you to kind of be like, well, why should I listen to this guy? He's only 22. But I've seen it. I'm only young, but I know. You look at these guys that are a lot older. I'd listen to these guys. That's a very important message. If you listen to people who are a lot older, a lot more experienced, they're going to kind of teach you what to expect when you get to 25, when you get to 30, 35, 40. And if you've kind of had some struggles in your late teens, early 20s, then you kind of know when you put some work in, things in life do become a bit easier. And I just wish that a lot of young men would stop settling for women who are below them. They don't meet up to their standards. If they were their friend, if it was your friend, you wouldn't want to be with them as a woman. But a lot of these men are just going for these low tier women who are just not what they want in their life. And it's quite frustrating to see, because I know, like, this is not what you want. You're not living a fulfilling life, and you could do so much better than this. But I know a lot of soft people might watch this video and click off it or dislike the video, but it's true, and a lot of people need to hear it, and that's why I decided to make this video. And there's probably a lot more I could kind of talk about, but I think that's kind of what I have to say, and the overall message is to stop settling for less in your life. And if you have any feedback, why is this happening for a lot of young men? Why is this happening to you in your day-to-day life? Then let me know below. And if you could like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.